Oh God, no, excuse. Now you are, oh my God. Oh my God. Do you see this? Oh my God, I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me. And now she, did you see her? You saw her, right? They all saw her. Oh my God. Karen had a breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. You should have thought about that before you did what you did. Oh my God. This don't even feel real. This do not feel real.
You can just go around here. I didn't try to hit you. Please don't record me. Don't record me.
Y'all had to get security. She charged me. If I wouldn't have ducked, she would. Oh no, you just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now. No, don't cry. No. I want you to call security. Thank you. I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail? And I got to pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom's. I don't know why this is happening to me. Don't charge me. Oh, you want to? Oh, yeah, she. I'm scared to even approach her. You scaring me. Like you gotta go postal.
Don't record.
Don't. No, why don't she walk away from me? No, I was here. No. We're not doing this. Why don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away. Go wherever you want to go. This is crazy. Oh. I'm sorry. I don't think of that. Ooh, Lord.
She went to go call security.
Yeah, because...
Did you have 2 yoga mats?
No, I had one. We was trying to just find a price check for one of them. Just one I had. Okay, I'm going to leave her here, Pest. Actually, you know, I have a coupon for the free panty, and it says everyone is excluded except for the period panty, but I actually want to see what that was.
I can show you.
Okay. All right, Karen. You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself.
What up, fam? It's your favorite cousin, your favorite brother, your favorite nephew, your favorite son, your favorite father, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry, and welcome to Living For You, the YouTube channel. This is a safe space, a positive place in which we come together, we gather, we inform each other, we educate each other, we educate ourselves, we learn, we have fun, we talk entertainment, we talk life coaching, we talk education, all types of great things, history. So this is that place. If you're looking for one of the most positive and uplifting places on the internet, this is the place to be. So welcome, welcome, welcome. To those of you who have been subscribers and followers for the long haul, We've been doing this for over a year now, and some of you have been around since then. I love you guys. You guys are family. So welcome back, family, to the channel. Hopefully you get as much enjoyment out of this video as you've gotten out of many of the previous videos. Welcome back. We love you. Those of you who are new subscribers, thank you for joining the family. I loved you before you joined, but now you're family. So you really, really have a special, warm, and gentle place in my heart, and you're also included in my prayers. I never said that before, but those of you who are subscribed, I include you in my prayers. I pray for your well-being. I pray for your prosperity. I pray for your health, because I consider you part of my family. On this YouTube channel, you know, and following me. So I wish nothing but well and prayers for nothing but good things for my family. So those of you who are new subscribers, thank you. We've actually crossed the 1,250 people. So 250 people. So we're in a good place. We're in a good space. We're growing. We're developing. We're expanding the channel, and I'm so happy and honored to be doing that. That is such a wonderful thing. So thank you for that. Those of you who are always coming and watching in the periphery, who want to be part of this family, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. There's no sense in being here, watching these videos, learning all this good stuff, enjoying all this good stuff, engaging with all this good stuff, and not joining the channel. So go ahead and join the channel, those of you who are just always back there watching. I see you. We see you. Come on in. Come on in. Don't stay outside in the rain. Come on in. For those of you who don't know me, who are brand new, this is your first time seeing my face, I am Dr. Larry Smith. I am a certified life and spiritual coach. I'm an educator, historian, entrepreneur. I have many hats. I'm a hard-working man. I consider myself one of the hardest working men out here in these YouTube streets. So if you want to know more about me, you can actually go to www.liveforyoucoaching.com. That is my business. That is my baby. That is one of my businesses, should I say. That is the baby. That is the brainchild. That is what this channel is all around. That's www.liveforyoucoaching.com. You could possibly sign up for some Zoom coaching, maybe some one-on-one coaching if we can do it within the standards that we have to protect ourselves. If you're in California, Los Angeles area, or Orange County, the surrounding areas, or whatever. So that's www.liveforyoucoaching.com. And I'm working on other things. Like I said in previous video, the website has been down, been being put together and everything because I'm switching servers and providers and hosting sites. So a lot of things are transitioning that from my old website to the new website. So just keep that in mind, and be patient and be loving and be kind. Those of you who want to follow me on social media, you can. The information's up here. You can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook at Dr. Larry Smith. And those are my personal pages. So I post a lot of personal stuff. I post pictures of myself. I've actually been on this weight loss journey of going to the gym every day. Sometimes I post things about that, and I might do a video about that, and maybe a day in the life vlog or something. But, you know, yes, I have been on a weight loss journey. I'm sure some of you can see I'm slimming down. Hopefully, that's the goal. But I've been working very hard at that, as well as my businesses and everything else. So be team support for that. But you can follow me on Instagram or on Facebook at Dr. Larry Smith. All right, so so let's push the light to the side for just a second, and let's talk about a very serious topic. And it's been in the news. I think this happened either last week or the week before, but it's been in the news for a while. And it's about the Victoria's Secret Karen. And I had to take notes because I want to make sure I get in all of the information and details right when I talk about some of these news stories, because I don't want to be wrong. Her name, she's a 20-year-old New Jersey native. Her name was Abigail Elphick. And she was in Victoria's Secret. And from what we saw from the video, she attacked the woman holding the camera, who happens to be an African-American woman. I think she's of African descent, but she's an African-American woman. And we see her attacking her, and then all of a sudden we see her break down into this temper tantrum. Abigail goes from being the aggressor to now she's a victim, and she is crying and screaming, and you know, and more than likely I've placed a little clip of it. I don't want to place the whole clip at the beginning, but hopefully you've seen that video clip somewhere around on the internet of her having just the biggest adult temper tantrum that I think I have seen in my life. Okay? And so she's just flipping out, and it goes on for a while. And we find out that she says she had the temper tantrum because she didn't want to be filmed. She had a panic attack because she was fearful that she was going to lose her job, because she knows the phenomenon of the Karen situation that's been going on now has been being filmed, and there have been many consequences from some of these temper tantrums and these actions and these accusations and this Karen-ism stuff. There's been some consequences as of recent from people filming these experiences. Now, I will be the first to say, these experiences are not new. Karens have existed forever. The term Karen was put on it later on, obviously in recent times. But this phenomenon, this situation has been existing forever and ever and ever for black people. In particular, especially for black men, where there have been accusations, there have been accusations, there have been situations in which we have come under attack, but then somehow the roles reverse and we're the villain, and the poor innocent white woman is now a victim, and it's a dangerous situation. And when I say dangerous, I literally mean this could turn into something completely dangerous. When you talk about 1955, the killing of Emmett Till, that was a Karen situation. Allegedly, he whistled at her and she didn't like it. She told her husband. Next thing you know, Emmett Till was dead, a 14-year-old little boy. Or you go to Tulsa, Oklahoma. That situation was in the 1921. That was a situation in which a white woman accused a black man of assaulting her in an elevator, which led to the destruction of the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a thriving black district. You guys may have heard of that in recent times. Or maybe even 1906. The one in 1906, the Atlanta massacre or the Atlanta race riot, became a situation just on the accusations in newspapers of two newspaper editors saying that black men were attacking white women and white children. So this isn't a new phenomenon. This is something that has been going on, especially post the Civil War era America, all over the country, and has led to some disastrous situations. So this Karen-ism, this phenomenon that we see Abigail reenacting of acting like the victim after she's done something and really making these accusations, threatening and saying her life is in jeopardy and all this crazy stuff, has had some very serious consequences in the past. So it's a very serious thing. And I know we look at it and it seems she's acting silly and just it's crazy and it is somewhat comical. We do laugh, but it can have some disastrous implications. And like I said, I've given examples and I can give many, 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 many more. But what do we have going on here from a life coach's perspective? Because that is because this is what I do in these videos. I look at these situations and I try to interpret and understand them on a more deeper, substantial, significant level. Here's several things that you have here. You have someone who is clearly immature. Abigail is clearly an immature 25-year-old. She is someone who doesn't know how to distinguish between what's going on versus what's actually going on versus what's just going on in her head. She created a whole scenario of her victimization and of her life changing and things going awry in her head. And she processed that emotion externally, which turned out to be a temper tantrum that she's falling on the floor and acting a complete obnoxious person like a baby on the floor. So one, we're dealing with an immature person, a person who doesn't handle her emotions correctly, a person who doesn't think before she acts. Clearly, we saw that at the beginning of the video when she was attacking the woman, literally running up on her, chasing her around the store, and then all of a sudden, I'm not getting the outcome from what I want. I'm not able to make her fear me, so now I'm going to make her sympathize with me. And that's another thing that we see. This idea of when you've lost control, how do you respond? Now, we know in life we go through situations, and there are many, many, many situations that are going to be out of our control. But do we throw a temper tantrum? Do you throw a temper tantrum when you got to wait in a long line at the grocery store? Do you throw a temper tantrum when you bump into something like and put a dent in your car, or somebody accidentally bumps into your car or walks into you in public? Do you throw a temper tantrum when you go somewhere like a restaurant and you find the price is just super high? Do you just completely freak out and just have a moment of temper tantrum? That would be irrational behavior. That would be a behavior that is not commiserate or in line with what it means to be an adult, right? But apparently, in the world of victimization and white womanhood, and what Abigail is showing us, that might all go out the window when you want people to feel sorry for you and sympathize for you, right? You don't have to act like an adult. So completely irrational, immature behavior. And then also it came on the heels of when she realized she wasn't going to control the woman. Then she went from that level of aggressive manipulation, emotional violence, to a level of another type of manipulation and to try to gain sympathy. What we also see here too is someone who does not understand the ramifications of her actions. She's not taking an accountability. She said, I read somewhere when she said, well, I did this because I didn't want to lose my job. I was fearful that I was going to lose my job, so I had a panic attack. And she was trying to justify her toxic behavior when her very first response should have been, I am sorry I acted this way towards this woman, and I'm sorry I acted this way in public, and I made a damn fool of myself, and now here we are. But instead, she was trying to justify her poor behavior, not taking any accountability as to why she did what she had done. Complete inaccountability. And so it's very interesting to see these things. And I read somewhere, I think she said initially that she was working as a teacher's assistant. The school board has denied that claim, but maybe she has in some past life at some point worked as a teacher's assistant. And I will say directly, I would not want my son, my black son, in a class with somebody that emotionally manipulative and that emotionally violent. Because no telling what can go on in that classroom, and the next thing you know, my son may be facing some kind of criminal charges, my son will be suspended, my son will have all kinds of disciplinary actions that I've never seen, because I would know my child, and all of a sudden there would be this interesting, weird situation in which my son would be either being emotionally manipulated or being treated like some kind of villain because Abigail's emotional instability. So it would be it would be dangerous to me on an emotional level and maybe on a physical level to put my child in the care of somebody like an Abigail, a Victoria's Secret Karen. So, because if she did that to a black woman, what would she do if she felt threatened by a black man? Do you see where I'm going with this? So, it's an interesting phenomenon that we're seeing, and we have to address these things. I think the more people who call out these types of situations, who record these situations and put these out there, they're doing a service, because it needs to get to a place to where this type of behavior is just completely unacceptable. And in some instances, like we've seen in the Central Park situation with the guy walking his dog, and the situation where this lady said this kid stole her phone, and the list goes on, these people face charges, criminal charges, because what you're doing is you're endangering someone else because of the historical and present day consequences people have faced from these false accusations. Because it's really, the term that they've used for is weaponizing tears. And we've seen it, right? Because what happens is historically, here's the historical precedence of all this, just the historical understanding. White women have been a very protected group of people in the United States history for a very long time, especially in the South, but all over the country. All over the country for many, many years, because the ideas of chastity, of womanhood, of all of this idealized womanness was encapsulated in white women, and white men upheld that standard. So because of that, it was their job to protect the white woman. And so anytime she cried foul, anytime she cried help, in need of help, and a damsel in distress, they jumped to rescue her. And that goes back way, way, way back into the early medieval time periods of that same notion. The romantic notion of womanhood and sacredness and purity and all of this other stuff that comes behind that. And so it was white men's jobs to protect white women. So anytime she cried help, they jumped up to help and to avenge life for her. Black men faced a heavy burden of that following the Civil War and going into the period of the late 19th century, early 20th century and beyond, because there was always this threat that black men somehow had this insatiable lust for white women and were on the prowl for them and were going to attack them and their white children. And so the mindset was, we have to stop these black beasts from doing this. That is where this comes from. So it created an atmosphere in which many black men were killed on the mere accusations alone, with no evidence, no court trials, no proof. And then after they were killed, nobody faced any kind of charges, because this felt, for many people, that justice was served. That is the dangerous ideology behind the Karen-ism. So it's more than just memes. It's more than just videos that are posted on social media. It's more than just a phenomenon that we see being recorded now that people are talking about. This is something that has long historical precedence and that can have grave consequences for those who are being accused of anything that there's no truth to. It's weaponizing tears. It's white aggression, it's microaggression, and we're seeing that on the uptick. It's almost like a backlash to the George Floyd situation, the Breonna Taylor situation, and everything that was happening in 2020. It's like the white microaggressions have increased. I saw recently where an Alabama councilman had used a racial slur in open. I've seen that multiple times. I've seen kind of these on TikTok and other things. I've seen these conversations that were being had about racialized stuff. It's just been kind of an increase of that. And the Karen phenomenon is a microaggression that has been around for a while, but now it seems to be more and more and more in the uptick, especially now that we're recording it. So it's just, Abigail, and to all of the other Karens, just stop. Don't do that. You're creating a dangerous situation. You might think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually being a villain and you're harming potentially someone else. So just stop. If we're going to live in a world in which we all get along, we have to address these things directly and talk about these things and deal with them in real terms. We don't live in a false bubble. We live in a real world. And if we live in a real world, we have to address real world issues. Not all black men are threats. Not all white women are innocent. And not all of these situations have to happen the way they have to happen. Abigail needs a life coach. Abigail, if you're looking for one, I'm out here. You can go to www.liveforyoucoaching. You can find me. You can find me on social media. We can work through some of these things that you have going on, because there are definitely some low development things, and you're living at a very low vibration, because what you were doing on the floor at that Victoria's Secret out there is at a very low vibration, and you need to kind of work on that. But before you can even work on that, apologize to that woman, apologize to those people, apologize to the world who had to endure seeing you act a complete damn fool. That's it, family. You know I was going to get on that. I had to figure out, what I was going to talk about it, because it is such an interesting situation, and there's many different dynamics, and we have to talk about these things. We have to put these things out there, but we do it in love. It's all about love. It's all about appreciation. Yes, we have to be hard sometimes, but we also do it in love, and we keep our love, but love means we tell you the truth. So anyway, that's all. You guys, you're my family. Thank you for sitting with me, coming with me, loving with me, being with me, just being. And as I always say, I love you guys with the love of Christ, the highest love that ever is, the love of just God. And I'll see you in the next video.